Ladies and gentlemen, now for your official introduction, the fighter fighting out of the red corner, weighed in at 61.2. He's 26, stands 5'9". He fights out of Scramble Academy and hit squad Hull and Hills from Rotherham, Adam Butterworth. And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, weighed in at 61. He's 19, stands 5'8". He fights out of Fearless MMA and hails from Walsall, Jack the Ripper Humphries. Your referee, Mr. Simon Stepnitsky.
Oh, I gotta tell you, this amateur bantamweight title fight, I am so looking forward to. Adam Butterworth fighting out of the red corner. He's in the black shorts trimmed with gold as he takes on Fearless Fights Jack Humphries, 2-0. He's in the black venom. And this is going to be an entertaining fight, 3-minute rounds.
Definitely. And Butterworth's a good guy. I've got a lot of time for Butterworth. Always very quiet, but he's very focused on everything that he does. And the development since the early Almighty shows has been unreal.
Well, Jack Humphries, though, 2 fights in his amateur career, both taking place at the EMA 4 Nations.
Yeah.
He 2 unanimous decision wins over Ellis Pilkington and Lewis Coyle.
Yeah.
But Butterworth.
Beautiful. Sorry about that. Got him on the whizzer kick on the fly, but Butterworth manages to roll with it and land on top.
Well, I was going to point out that 8-6 record. There's not going to be much that Adam Butterworth hasn't seen in training or in the cage.
But he just wants to. If I'm Butterworth, I don't know his plans, but if I'm Butterworth, I think the body of work that you've put in the amateur, you want to finish with a title. There's a lot to be said for these long careers at amateur, and now the opportunity is there, but that was an illegal upkick. And it landed.
Looking to take the arm. Lots of work from the bottom, keeping Adam Butterworth having to think about more than just smashing his opponent.
Yeah, that's it. And I think the knowledge factor now going into amateur, you know, like even if you look at the debuts tonight, it's unbelievable, and not just looking for the kill straight away, but remaining calm, on top, pressure on, pressure off, let your opponent scurry about, get tired, and then you can start to put it on in the later rounds.
And that's it. They've got 4 more rounds after this to work.
That's it. So why would Butterworth want to try and pin his man down and waste all that energy? But beautiful transition for an armbar there as we speak.
Yeah, Humphries aggressive off his back.
He's stacked him, he needs a knee to the butt, and he needs to just pressure the legs and pop the arm. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy.
Good
there
work. Again, that experience. There's nothing that makes up for it. I wouldn't.
Product to use in his hair because it's barely moved. He's a very handsome chap, isn't he? Very well groomed.
19 seconds or so left in this round. Jack Humphries fighting off the bottom.
But just Butterworth's head position there, pressing his man. It's uncomfortable. It makes you want to move. When you move, you use energy.
Chipping away there as you were saying, forcing Humphries to move. He chips away there.
Yeah.
Entertaining first round.
Very much. And that was what needed to happen in that first round. If you look at Butterworth, barely breathing, and you look across and he's sat on the stool, is Humphries.
Fondly in the ear of his young prospect. Again, 2-0. Fights 2 days apart, the 1st and the 3rd of July.
And now he's here
at Almighty, competing for the
title.
Amateur to run over by the vastly more experienced Adam Butterworth at the moment.
Don't get me wrong, Butterworth's got the experience, and in my eyes, he took that
I think
round.
so.
But he rolled for plenty of submissions, did Humphries, and nearly caught all of a few.
Absolutely.
So he's definitely in the fight. It wasn't
no capitulation.
He lost on circumstance.
Yes.
He was on the bottom.
Yeah. Butterworth stayed busy. Low kick. Exchange.
Oh, and
yeah, Butterworth comes in behind the hands.
And he comes in behind the hands very well, but he dropped his level at the right time there because there were a left hook that was targeted for Butterworth's chin, and he just missed. But again, just getting his hips high and driving down through. But hang on a minute. Humphries looking to catch Kimura. Yeah. Butterworth wise to it, just stepping over.
Side control now. Is he trying? I can't see what he's looking, if he's trying to isolate an arm. Yes, he is.
Yeah, oh, he's got the Kimura on the far side and he's stepped over with it.
That's a wonderful scramble, though, from the young,
it's a beautiful
fearless
scramble.
Man.
Because there was a second where the torque on that shoulder it looked painful. But again,
Butterworth maintains that composure and keeps stuck to the back.
That's the one. And experience speaks volumes. Don't get me wrong, skill has come through that experience, but you know, he's been in there, he's been able to adapt and learn what he needs to do.
On the back, both hooks in, he's gonna try and flatten his man out.
Just softening his man up a little bit, maybe sensing the opportunity is coming if he carries on moving to his back. But what Butterworth doesn't want to do here is fall off down the back. The bottom foot of Humphries is free, so he can turn in. And that's why Butterworth needs to stay on top, because if he reached over the back, it would have been a complete sweep or a 50-50 scramble.
Now, on top, looking to try and free that leg. Jack Humphries keeps readjusting that half guard, but the butterfly is starting to get crawled up, and is he going to end up into the mount, or is he going to be able to use that butterfly to?
It's been a hindrance right now. It's not doing too much as long as he keeps his hips heavy, but it's there. It can be used if Butterworth makes a wrong move at this point.
And you see Humphries locking down, trying to pull his man into him, hoping perhaps for a bit of stand-up, because it's a lot of control, but not a lot of damage. A lot of control, but not a lot of damage.
And the key word is control. It's poised control from Butterworth. He's been here time and time again. He knows what he has to do. He's been very within himself. He isn't letting the moment get to him. Whereas Humphries is throwing a lot of stuff. He's doing a lot of movement. And you can see Butterworth is just allowing the movement. He's allowing the movement and then pressuring down. When he feels the movement, instead of getting carried over or swept off, he pressures off, allows the movement, pressures down. And do you know, that's just experience for you. That's just experience.
Well, Sam and Natalia, our ring girls, displaying the Almighty Fighting Championships amateur bantamweight title. In 9 minutes, either Adam Butterworth or Jack Humphries going to be the holder of that title.
But there's no argument. Butterworth is 2 rounds up right now. And
Absolutely.
He's expending the least energy. Over a 5-round fight, that's key. You don't want to be getting to the 5th round and thinking, I left my energy in round 3. Now, Humphries definitely looking the more tired man.
And looking at the records, you know, 8-6, 2-0. Again, is Jack Humphries really going to lose? Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
he moves to 2-1 as an amateur, but he's competed against a much more experienced opponent.
Definitely. And he's got time to bounce back, hasn't he?
Absolutely.
You know, he's got time to bounce back, develop and learn. And you know, those two fights have come very recent.
Yeah, oh, and he's not 20 years old. I mean, trying to dig under. Butterworth with that single leg.
But Butterworth's at the stage of his career where he has to start getting this right now.
If he's looking to move pro.
Yes. And so far, so good.
Absolutely.
Really can't argue with that at all.
And here's corner asking him to settle first.
Butterworth just doing the right things, and you know, he understands that the butterfly's in. He's just keeping his hips nice and heavy, keeping tight to his man. It's when he moves away from his man that the elevation's going to be there.
Yep.
Okay, I love it when a plan comes together.
And then I have the feet on the hips again for a moment, looking to try and elevate him out.
And Humphries is doing the right stuff. Yes, he is making more mistakes technically, but he's not accepting that I'm on my back and I can't do anything.
No. Big hammer fist coming in from Butterworth.
And it's just a very methodical performance by Butterworth. But he does roll quickly. He does roll really quickly, does Humphries, for that armbar. And a few times, he might have only had the wrist in, but there were once or twice where he did have the arm in.
Oh, as he
needs to watch how he mind his P's and Q's on that step in, because that up kick was on its way.
Trying to work his way to side control.
That's it, beautiful. Just sliding the arm in, posting on the hips there to allow his hips to pass. Little things like that, you know, instead of just jumping side control. It's just a sign of an experienced fighter.
Is he going to try and isolate that right arm in between his own, in between his own hips? If he can get that, if he can step over that right arm of Humphries, trap it in between the...
Yeah, definitely, definitely. But I think he's content just to be here right now and not make any rash decisions.
That's again another good round from the Scramble Academy leads prospect. I say prospect, 8 and 6.
Yeah, he's a veteran now.
Yeah.
That's it. He's a prospect when he goes pro, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
And again, another dominant round. Looks like he's barely breathing.
6 minutes left for Jack Humphries.
And this is foreign territory now for Humphries. Okay, third fight, championship rounds.
Absolutely, he's only done,
And this is going to, regardless of the result, because we know that it can switch on a dime, all right? Regardless of the result, whether there's a massive comeback victory or Butterworth cruises to victory, or I say cruising, not disrespectfully, but you know, he is 3 rounds out of 3 rounds up, in my opinion. But Humphries, he's going into his 4th fight.
3rd fight.
Well, no, his next fight would be his 4th.
Yeah.
He's got championship round experience. How many fighters have got that in the 4th fight?
When they're 2 and 1, no,
you
very
know,
few.
So it's win-win. It's win-win if you're Humphries.
And I think people might have been. You look at the names, you look at the records, and you'd be going, but Humphries is not being completely outclassed. He's just being beaten at the moment.
He's losing on the scorecards, but he's made it to the 4th round.
And he's got 6 minutes left to checks that leg kick.
He's still in the fight.
Well, Butterworth knows what side his bread is buttered.
He really does.
Because he's going for that takedown again, and just that man strength there.
Yep.
Again, listens immediately to the corner, asks him to get his hands inside, and he does.
Oh, and that's deep. That is deep. The shoulder, you can literally only see the shoulder from our vantage point. The elbow is deep in there.
And if he can find a way to extend that arm.
Now this is the tricky part, because do you burn out going for it?
Going belly down,
he's got the arm.
Good scramble though from Butterworth, but he now knows that he's got.
Yes.
He can't take his foot off the gas. He cannot get complacent.
No, and Humphries is very much in this fight.
Without question. Keeps trying to step over Humphries' defense. Holding up. And we've seen him look for the arm from the guard.
I say he doesn't want to leave that hanging. You can hear Coach Liam Khan just shouting head pressure, get the head in. We had some great advice from the crowd
Oh,
just then.
you know, the crowd is the fourth cornermen are always amazing. The kick him in the dick is probably the greatest piece of technical advice I've heard.
Yeah, I like it when they start to reenact the twisting of it, you know, and really get into it. But it is really just a tale of two halves, is this. On one side, you've got the young, hungry, you know, fighter. Prospect, already in the championship rounds in his young career. On the other side, you've got Butterworth, who's trying to just tick the boxes.
Yeah, been there,
and
I've
make
done
sure
this.
that we're going to pro on a high. Yeah. If that is his journey, I don't know. I'm not alluding to anything, but you'd like to think that somebody who's got that experience would make the jump to pro.
But again, absolutely no quit at all in the fearless prospect. Humphries is making Butterworth work for everything that he gets in this fight.
That's it. That's it. And if Butterworth switches off for a split second, Humphries is already there to remind him. You know,
13 seconds left.
Yeah,
sorry, Danny.
Sorry, like I said earlier on, it isn't the, you know, yeah, okay, he's losing because he's on the bottom position. Butterworth is doing the right things and dominating the duration.
Yeah, they're 10-9 rounds.
Yeah.
With all day, every day.
Yeah. But Humphries is offering the fight back, as we can see on the screen, with the armbar.
Absolutely, he's not just allowing him to be
he's
put into a bad position and kept there. He's scrambling, he's looking for submissions.
Now Humphries, if we're talking about reality right now, Humphries does need a finish, in my opinion.
He needs just to go hell for leather now,
he does. He does. And he's still catching Butterworth. But he needs that finish. He doesn't need a sweep. He doesn't need top position. He needs a knockout. He needs a submission. Butterworth
can do this. Fifth verse, same as the first. Second,
needs to just
third,
keep
fourth.
his head screwed on and stick to the game plan, because guess what? The game plan's winning. And MMA is not always pretty. Sometimes it's a game of tactics.
Absolutely.
And that's the key thing, you know. It's a sport. It's tactics.
I know that, you know, us and the fans would like everything to be, you know, chaotic and flashy. And
definitely. But when the stakes are high, you've got to have a tactical approach.
And we're not the ones in now. Final round here. Nice.
Oh, okay.
Defended that takedown.
Defended the takedown nicely, looking for... He's going to pick up the single leg and go to the other side. There we go.
And now Humphries going to have to work to get position back here. You're not going to be able to do anything just controlling the head from there.
Nope. You've got to let go of that, because that is going to do absolutely nothing unless you know you can get your hips back in. But at this point here,
you can see him trying. He's trying to force that body and under that, get that knee underneath it. But
that's it.
Butterworth, heavy, chest to chest. Humphries works his way back, gets the guard, but Butterworth
is just one step ahead, and the pressure that he's applying. Yes, could he open up with more shots? He could, but if you open up with more shots, he would give the opening for Humphries, because Humphries is not accepting these positions. But Butterworth steps to the back, and that is deep. And it's over.
Adam Butterworth.
Wow.
120 left.
Just when I thought that he was literally going to cruise to victory, he steps over, but Humphries
got to keep his head up. A 14 fight veteran he got into the cage with there.
Yeah,
so keep that
and
chin
he's got
up.
Championship experience.
Absolutely nothing to hang your head at all about Jack Humphries. Great fight. Heart and determination on display from the fearless man. Skill and commitment to the game plan from the champ. Adam Butterworth. Let's turn this over
Wow.
to Seth Khan and we'll make this official.
Fighters to the center of the cage, please. Fighters to the center of the cage. Ladies and gentlemen, after 1 minute, 33 seconds of the 5th round, your referee, Mr. Simon Stadnitsky, calls a stop to the fight, declaring your winner by rear naked choke and the AFC Bantamweight Champion, Adam Butterworth. Please show your appreciation for Jack Humphries.